Welcome to the Well-Seasoned Librarian podcast. This is Season 16, Episode number meant number 6 today. Our fearless leader, Dean, is chatting with the one and only Gordon Kindness, who's beaming in all the way from across the pond in the UK. Why? Now, Gordon isn't just your average food fancier. He's a gastrointestinal guru, a content creator who's taking the YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram scenes by storm, one rumble at a time. Known for his refreshingly honest and sometimes brutally so opinions, a palate that's braver than a toddler facing broccoli, and a certain je ne sais quoi that often involves unexpected sound effects, Gordon plunges headfirst into the culinary deep end. He fearlessly reviews everything from the newest fancy pants eateries to those hidden local treasures that might just leave you with a digestive surprise. He even tackles food challenges that could send lesser stomachs running for the nearest porcelain throne. While his distinctive focus on how various edibles interact with his inner workings truly sets him apart, think of it as a very personal food journey. Gordon's genuine love for all things edible and his knack for connecting with his audience have earned him a truly devoted following, a fan base that appreciates his unfiltered approach, shall we say. He brings a fresh and often hilariously unrestrained perspective to food reviews, making his content both informative and wildly entertaining, especially if you have a strong constitution and maybe some freshener. So, do yourself a flavor.
Welcome to the program. Today, we're speaking with world-famous diarrhea connoisseur, Gordon Kindness. Gordon, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Dean Lover. How are you?
Doing great. Now, your food reviews on TikTok and Instagram have garnered quite a following. Can we talk about your rise to success and how you're gaining an audience in America and abroad?
Yeah. It's been a very big surprise to me because, I used to watch food reviewers, and every time I saw them, I just thought, do you get diarrhea? And I wanted to know that. Whenever I spoke to my friends, I'd always say, yes, I've been to Burger King, I've been here. And I'd describe the diarrhea and they really enjoyed it. But I think, one of the biggest things, that's come about, that this is a reason of the popularity of the page is clearly my sex appeal.
I totally understand that. Now, you're known for your vivid descriptions. For example, your recent review of Taco Bell. Can we talk about your disappointment of that?
Yes. Well, I've never been to Taco Bell, and I was attracted to that because your national treasure, Bill Cosby, I'd read that it's actually his favorite fast food. So, I had to try that, be getting close to my American viewers. And it was very strange. There was foods in there that were very complicated, and I don't like to eat foods that I don't understand. So when I was presented with a triangle, which later on I discovered it was a piece of cheese, but to be honest with you, it just felt like a flip flop, and it was that bad that night, Dean. I had to put 4 of the kids' nappies on just to go to sleep. I had to put them together, in fear of diarrhea in the bed with Alice in it.
Now, did they have a drink called a Baja Blast? Did the food give you a Baja Blast?
I believe it did, yes. Indeed, lover.
Now, you are known very famously for your love of condiments that you call wets, and you even make, when you're in your car, you make a wet station. Can you talk about your kind of rules for condiments and how they are affected by the food?
Well, I think, Dean, we need to look at the history of of wets, because I didn't always like wets. I'm quite a late bloomer when it came to wets. So I got into wets blooming late when I was 14, just as I went through puberty. Is that what you call it in America, or do you call it the change?
We call it puberty too.
Puberty. What, the sequel? So, Dean, is it all right if I go into my past on this one?
Of course.
Okay. So I had a tragic scene where I saw my mother, Jules, conduct a front-bottom satisfaction to our milkman, Peter the milkman. And this, I needed to turn to something. It started a life of addiction. And I started on the soft stuff. I started on mayo. And then very soon, it was a slippery slope. And I moved on to the harder stuff, like sriracha, ranch. And then I got into, like, combination wets. And I started making wet essences. And it was from then, things just got out of hand. But I brought it back. I try never to go over a 3 combination wet these days. But weirdly, not a lot of people know, and this is a world exclusive. Can you guess what my favourite wet is?
I'm going to go with mayo.
Very close. It's actually salad cream.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Made by Heinz.
I'm familiar with that.
Oh, it's gorgeous. A lot of our American viewers out there, all you Yankee Doodles, you what's it called? You often DM me, which I think is called Dirty Manhole, but apparently it's direct message. I don't speak child. Alice does. She knows it. They'd never heard of salad cream. It's well, you have, haven't you? It's kind of like a mayonnaise with vinegar.
Yeah, we have something like it here that we call salad dressing mayo.
All right. Ooh.
A lot of people get confused, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, nice. Is it French?
No.
Good.
I try and stay away from French things.
Yeah, please said about that, the better.
You got to go to Popeyes also. What did you think? Now, Popeyes usually gives me turbo diarrhea, so how did it affect you?
See, Popeyes was an interesting one, because I've seen all the Americans doing those videos where you say, oh, they're the same as the one in front of us, which I did there, first time ever. And it was it was all right. It was nice. So Popeyes, I was very impressed with. There was a couple of things that went wrong. The biscuit, which I tell you what, is not a McVitie's biscuit. It's not what we call a biscuit. I'm telling you, it's a bloody scone. Anyway, that was dry out of my back bottom after an afternoon in Benidorm. But the rest of it was right nice. It really, really was. It was so nice. The bird that they used was clearly of free range. It was moist, and just an absolute pleasure on my back bottom when I got some really good diarrhea.
Yeah, those biscuits are a little bit dry, what they call biscuits. It's funny the different way we refer to them. And our biscuits are kind of like, American biscuits are good if they're fresh out of the oven. If they're not, they're crap. And I think Popeyes tends to not be great.
Well, I was very excited about this biscuit. I thought, because here they're sweet and you like to dunk them in your tea or your coffee.
Yeah.
And there was none of that. I'll tell you. It was very dry. Very, very dry.
That's disappointing.
Mm.
I'm very excited to talk about your work at the Leisure Center. I always love your antics at the Leisure Center and when you talk to your coworkers. Can you talk a little bit about that and tell our listeners about your Leisure Center and who you work with?
So I work for Stretford Leisure Centre, and I know the dialects, leisure and leisure, love it. The people down south London call it leisure, and we up north call it leisure. So I work there. I've been working there for 20 years. a man and boy. And I get asked a lot, why aren't you the manager there? Now, I hope your viewers understand this at home. It's a very medical condition, this. So basically, I cannot be the manager there because Beryl, who's a Scouse lady, which is from Liverpool, who lives over here, she's the manager. And lots of people say, look, Gordon, you're very good. You're great with the Autistic Society and the kids. You know, why aren't you the manager there? You're well better than Beryl, and she gets you to do all dirty work and cleaning toilets and all such malarkey. And there's a very good medical reason. From all the time, well, as long as I remember, I have a medical condition which stops me from getting my lifesavers badge in the pool. So if I get approximately 10 meters near chlorinated water, I get an erection, and I can't get my lifesavers badge because I can't go in the pool. If I want, I mean, I can go in the pool, but I will be standing to attention for the whole time I'm in there. Even if I from bottom satisfy myself, I'm still going. It's the most incredible Viagra on the planet for me.
You couldn't hang like a flotation device on it or something?
I mean, I could, but you know, what if that floats off, Dean? You know, I'm left there in a very compromising position, and the authorities could be called. I could lose my job, so I try and stay away. So I'm just there cleaning, really, making sure all the bits and bobs are sorted, making sure the activities are ready. And I like that, Dean. I'm quite, after 20 years, I'm quite a simple guy. You know, they do have a cafe there, run by Bobby Roberts. Robert, his name is. We call him Bobby Roberts. And I tell you what, I haven't put him on the videos yet because it's very obscene. He's got what's called the worst builder's bum ever. And like, you know, when he builds, it goes over and he looks like a builder and his bum's hanging out. He's actually making the physical act of love to Beryl at the moment. They've got a little thing going. But genuinely, Dean, I've walked past him before and his pants are so low you could actually see his anus.
I'm quite disturbed by that. I was hoping that I might have a chance with Beryl. I've been following your leisure center on Facebook, and I'm quite taken with her.
Well, I mean, you know, she's a bit of a goer, so I could have a word.
Please, I would like that very much. Just give her my email.
I'll give her your email. That's fine.
Thank you. Now, do you want to visit America at some time? I know that. Are you looking forward to visiting any part of the United States?
Yes, I know exactly where I want to go. I want to go to 3 places. First place is LA, or, I mean, is it pronounced LA or just La, like the French?
No, LA.
Definitely not La.
Nope.
Oh.
Although, weirdly enough, we call Louisiana La, so yeah.
Oh, very French. Gorgeous. So I'd like to go there, see you, see the Tinseltown and all that, see what's going on there. Fun. I mean, you know, it's very important for me to get out there and show you guys how to, the way of the diarrhea. Diarrhea can be fun. You know, well, obviously I've got IBS and you've got to make light of this. So I've got to show you how to get good diarrhea.
You'll be like our Mr. Miyagi. You'll be like our sensei.
The way of the diarrhea. Peace.
See a book in the future.
Beautiful. Well, you can read it on the toilet, can you?
Yeah.
Or as we call it, actually, Dean, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Out there, so in England, we have 3 types of toilet. Kimberly Clark, Armitage Shanks, which is the main one, and American Standard. Who are your toilets made by? Are they made by any of those?
All American Standard.
That's pretty standard, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty boring. We only have, it's always American Standard every time.
Tell you what, you need to get yourself on an Armitage Shanks. It's really nice. So I'd like to go to Texas.
Very nice.
just for the guns.
I think you're required to have a gun there. You have to have one in order to be in Texas.
Well, I've never seen them, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get shot, but I just like to be near one just to feel the heat. It's very what's it called? It's very alien to me to be anywhere near a gun. So I don't know. I'd just like to see what it looks like, and to try some barbecue as well, because the barbecue is good over there, isn't it?
Oh, the barbecue in Texas is amazing. And they have lots of wets. They have something called queso, which is a melted cheese dip that they use everything on. I mean, I'm sure they put it in their coffee or their breakfast cereal.
Oh, that's right. Nice. That is. Oh, can't wait. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's good that this isn't a video call because my front bottom's going absolutely wild here. It's as if I got chlorinated water.
No.
Is there chlorinated water up here? No, there's not.
Speaking of Alice, I want to mention Alice is always very prominent in your videos. What would be a perfect Friday night meal for you and your wife Alice when you went out in the town?
So I haven't been many places in the world, but I do consider myself cultured because I do go to Benidorm every year, which is in Spain. It's a lovely place. It's full of culture. You've got people from Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, Liverpool, Stoke, London, some parts of Wales, Glasgow. They're all there. They're all there, and it's so very cultured out there. It's brilliant. And we go to a place called Ian's restaurant, which does fish. And I absolutely love. I don't eat a lot of it here because it'll give me turbo diarrhea here. But if I'm near the coast, I like seafood. I really do, honestly. So a night out for me and Alice would be like this. First of all, I take a bowling. Yeah, bowling. I'm good at bowling. Trust me. Then we go to a lovely seafood place where I start with oysters. I'd have some crab. I'd have some lobster because I've never tried lobster. Honestly, I've never ever tried lobster, but it's always too expensive for me, and I haven't got much money, so I'll go with the crab instead of the lobster. But I'd love to try it. And then I've never tried it, but I like the name Snapper. Sounds funny, doesn't it? So it sounds like a lady's part.
It does.
Lady's front bottom. Snapper. I hope eating that I wouldn't get myself pregnant. And halibut. That sounds bizarre, doesn't it? I quite like eating foods that sound weird, you know. So halibut is a strange one. Do you know any strange fish names?
Turbot.
Turbot. Oh, I'll put that in my mouth hole. Yeah, I mean, basically anywhere that's going to give me a golden diarrhea, really.
Now, we have a list of some British foods that I want to mention and see on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, what is their effect on you diarrhea-wise?
Okay, but do you mind changing the scale a bit?
Okay.
Because I'm not good with numbers. So can we do 1 to 69, please?
Okay, 1 to 69 then.
69 being the highest.
Okay. I know you love the number 69.
I'm a big fan.
Okay, the first one is eel pie and mash.
Oh, I have tried eel, so I like pie and mash. So I don't like eel, so I'm gonna go mid-table there at 32.
Okay, fair enough. Next one is arrow bar.
An arrow, love it. 68.
Okay, the third one is Weetabix.
Hate it too.
Okay.
Tastes like what I imagine it. You know, a scarecrow.
Yeah.
What their willy would taste like, which a willy is a man's front bottom. You might call it a Johnson. Is it a Johnson? If you call it Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a scarecrow's, well, a scarecrow's penis, really, if you want to get medical about it.
And then the next one is Jaffa cakes.
Oh, Jaffa cake. I absolutely love Jaffa. When you put them on your tongue, yeah, they go really, really magical. Very magical, like you're in Harry Potter or something. So I'm going 62.
Very nice. Okay, next one is
not as good as an aero though.
Next one is fried haggis.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely. I've only tried it recently. And my granddad's Scottish. I would say 58 because it has to be done right. You can't have a smelly haggis.
The last one is being the quintessential British food, the chip buddy.
See, you know what's funny? Right. Right. Okay. So tonight, weirdly enough, I'm making Alice fish and chips from scratch. There's going to be a video tomorrow about it. And you cannot ever have fish and chips without making chip butter. And it's got to be done in a certain way. I'm going 69 on that one, but it's got to be a certain thing. It's got to be thick, white bread. None of your American, I've tried your American bread with sugar in it and all that malarkey. It's got to be that. It's got to be thick, salty butter. Thick. We're not even talking thick. We're talking generously buttered. Then get our chips on there, salt and vinegar on the chips, right? A little bit of red wet to the side because it's an optional dip. I'm very, very adamant about this. It's optional, right? Because you want to go in with the butter, have a little bit of that, then dip into the red wet, then in the mouth hole.
Never HP sauce?
Not on the chip butter. No.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Thank you very much. It's a very sticky situation, wasn't it?
Well, Gordon, I want to thank you for being on the podcast. I've loved getting a chance to talk to you. I hope we get to have you on here again. And
you can have me anytime.
And I will be telling my listeners that we're going to put links to your episodes on the bio. So thank you for being on the podcast. And I hope that you have a really great rest of your day.
I will. I mean, I after the fish and chips, I'm hoping for a turbo. Wait, we'll have to say it again. After the fish and chips, I'm hoping for a golden diarrhea. And Dean, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. But I'm going to have to go and satisfy Alice now in the front bottom. And she's quite the active one, so to speak. So before we go and pick up the kids from the nursery, I think we'll have to mop the floor a bit.
Well, you enjoy.
And that's the dish for this week's well-seasoned librarian. Huge thanks to the UK's own Gordon Kindness, the gastrointestinal Gandalf, bravely venturing where no taste bud has gone before, or perhaps should go. Remember to follow his socials for reviews that are more honest than Pinocchio at a lie detector convention and insights that truly get to the bottom of things. Until next time, may your culinary adventures be less explosive and your reading material more digestible.